Stop. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy when the things that you have wanted to believe in for so long have tried so hard to make work, when they actually come into fruition into your life, you start pinching yourself like, is this real? Is this legit? And I can tell you, as a dude that spent a lot of time in the quagmire of life because of poor indecisions, lack of self-esteem, high ego, mental health, addiction, I had it going on. There was a lot going on that just, you know, kept pulling me under. I was talking to a friend today, and we were talking about how he's had similar challenges too, and he's a little bit older than me, and we both said it was funny how at times throughout the last, say, 20-25 years, when things haven't been going well, we've both been able to get ahead. And so I find it crazy that while I've had to struggle with my own indecisions or poor decisions and all the stuff that I mentioned before, that I'm still doing okay for myself. I think that comes down to like there was always a belief somewhere deep down that I am an authentic, genuine, happy person, and that the high ego stuff of wanting to just run riot with work, relationships, or whatever, that was just self unchecked, right? And so again, thanks to people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, David Bayer, David, the other guy that I put in there, where they talk about manifestation and spirituality and healing, and it's not la-di-da. Like, there is science behind it, and I want to get into that stage where I can share that with pure understanding. I understand it because I love to read books on quantum physics and spirituality and mind and you name it. In those areas, I like to read a lot, so I can understand it, but articulating it, I'm not there yet. What I can say though, with 100% confidence, is that again, in the last few weeks, by really challenging myself to change decisions that I make throughout the day, the way that I perceive myself throughout the day, the way that I interact with others throughout the day, I'm like, what is going on? This is awesome. And again, the message here is that if I can do it, so can you. That's all I'm here to do, is to say, and hopefully to reach out to somebody that's watching that is going through some stuff or is looking to improve their life. Don't always have to be in pain, right? That's just my journey. And I know there's other people out there that have gone through it, but you might have hit a patch where it's like, can I push through? Hell yeah, you can. And it comes down to that belief inside. It's probably the biggest takeaway I've got from all the things that I've listened to and read over the last 15-20 years. Dr. Joe Dispenza, mentions it in his discussions a lot. It's about a change. It's not a change on the outside, it's a change on the inside. And the change on the outside comes in ways that I have not expected. I started my own business a few weeks ago, and I've already had one client come to me with 3 other businesses. And purely because of the way that I've conducted myself with them. I've not made it about me, because it's not. It's really not. The moment that I put myself in front of a prospect and make it all about me, I've lost the battle. I'm now really thinking about others, and I know that's common sense, right? Some people are really good at it. Me, I've had to learn the hard way that, letting go of who I am and my ego has been something that's held me back for so long, and now it's all about doing the next right thing by other people. And the more I believe in it so much now, the more I feel that when I'm talking with somebody and I can convey that with them, and they pick that up, you know, they're in. They're like, cool, let's go. And it's kind of weird because I've always looked for that, and now that I'm getting that reciprocation, because it's new, it's kind of a weird feeling, but it's good. Like I'm trying to be really mindful and about what I say and how I say it. Again, that's all the things that have changed lately. You know, I had an experience today, right, where normally in my head, based on the interaction I had with this particular person, who I've only just started, working with, I thought, oh, that's it. This conversation's going to be a bit tricky. I'm being pulled up on something, and this is the way that it is for me. Like, start with somebody new, and then I'll get to a point where my head starts telling me lies, and the next thing I know, I'm having a really uncomfortable conversation because of how I've acted. So that person came to me early in the morning and said, I'd love to catch up in the afternoon. I went, cool, okay, cool. So all day I kind of sat in it, but at the same time, again, mindful about the way I'm thinking about myself. Instead of going into that narrative of, oh, this is going to be uncomfortable, you probably deserve it based on, the lies that are going on in my head. I went, stop, dude, change the conversation. Remember all the good things that have been happening lately. If I fall back into my old patterns of that way of thinking that things are going to fall over because of the way I've potentially been or thought or whatever, then nothing's going to change. And so I really went to work on myself today. And I was like, you know what? The dude is a good dude that I'm having the conversation with. There has been no signals or anything to come from him to say that this was going to be a challenging conversation. And so I went, cool, all right, well, what would a conversation look like then? And I started thinking about, okay, it's a positive conversation. We're talking about what the future looks like. We're talking about stuff that really matters. And we did. We got into that conversation, and it was chill as. And it was just a relief that knowing if I think about what it is that I'm about to do, say, be, etc., then I can really impact what happens next. It's kind of hard. And again, I would love to be in a position where I can go, oh, well, it's this and that. All I know is that from a practicality point of view, the moment you make that decision to turn things around in your life, and you do it with a belief that is just unwavering. I always heard this and I went, nah, man, I've tried this before, but my belief was not there. It was kind of like, yeah, okay, let's give this a go, and it'll be okay. Whoa. Dude, let me tell you, it's got to change, and it's got to change from a place of just from within. So, there you go. There's my thoughts for the day. I hope, if you're watching this, you're getting something out of it. Like, subscribe, donate $1 million to the channel, all that stuff. Again, whatever. I'm just here to have a good time. And just, this is cathartic for me as well. Whether somebody watches it or not, I feel like I get to think about the way I think and communicate, and I'm becoming more effective just from looking at this little camera and potentially talking with you. Anyway, ramblings are over. Keep on trucking. Peace.